See, I'm not doing a quest helper. I'm not looking at Wowhead or Thoughtbot. I'm just reading the stuff. You know, it says go to the Haunted Mills and find these guys, and you know, it's fun exploring. I don't even know if this is out of the range of the quest, but I see a crypt here. It probably is, because these are all like level 9s and 10s. But it's fun to it's a family crypt. So I'm assuming maybe this one's separate. Maybe this is Devlin down here. I don't know if I'll be able to get around this guy. Jeez. Oh, I have an opportunity. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna turn left, actually, over here. Oof. Oh. I might have to hearth back. A lot of ancestors. What's in the final level down here? It's gotta be something. That is not my quest. Okay. Ah, you guy. Alright. What do I get? I got a sword. I gotta learn swords. I wonder where you learn swords is Horde back in Vanilla. I played Alliance in Vanilla, mostly. I mean, actually my first character was an undead warlock and then a rogue and stuff, but I only got those to like level 12, 13. Upon which time I then created my Alliance warlock and then my Alliance rogue, which you guys know. Okay, they've got to be like more towards this way then. I like how this was preserved. I mean, I guess I don't know how it wouldn't be preserved, but see these, you know, these windmills here. I love how they look when you get further away from them, when they're like kind of in the fog and the shadows or whatever, against the green sky. They're just like these shadows of windmills, these like torn apart, eroded windmills in the distance against this like turquoise sky, this haunted, cursed land. The reason I'm not doing any kind of like warlock leveling update video is because, I mean, it's a warlock. Warlocks are a lot easier to level because you got a pet and you got life tap and stuff like that, and also my warlock's on the PvE server, so that's not as exciting. If you're subscribed to me, you're subscribed to me because of my rogue, not my warlock. So, and I like how in vanilla sometimes not everything is just like planned for you. Sometimes there's got like a lot of open areas, especially, where is it? Thousand Needles. Right here. Oh, well, I guess it's considered one zone, but Thousand Needles Shimmering Flats. The Shimmering Flats is this just barren salt flats area with very little monsters, and you get some turtles and maybe some old ruins of camps and stuff. It's like, and you just see like an enemy player in the distance. It's the whole mood of every zone is like different and unique and brings a new feeling. And I know one of the best feelings I had in vanilla was, I was just talking with Smashcake about this. When you finally get to Western Plaguelands, you're over here at Chillwind Camp, you think to yourself, man, I've made it. There's been so many struggles. I've dealt with a lot of bullshit. I've, you know, had some crazy, insane moments, maybe some lucky moments, maybe some funny moments. But it was just this huge, long adventure that you did with your character, and you're like, you know, you're up there now. You're taking on these like level 55s or whatever in Western Plaguelands, and you see Uther's tomb over there in this cursed land and stuff, and it's like, yeah, pretty soon you're gonna be doing LBRS and UBRS and that stuff, and when that happens, you think back at like all of this stuff, like, you know, when you first started out, and then you made it to Stranglethorn Vale, and you got ganked a bunch, and then you killed other players, and there's like a lot of experiences that just it goes deeper than just, you know, playing the game, having like a full set of epics all the time for no reason. And man, I'm getting kind of hungry. I've got sausages in my fridge. But there's also Taco Bell. Write in the comments what you think I should have for dinner. There are smoked sausages, if that matters. Smoked cheddar brats. I know I will have already had the dinner by the time this video's up, so comment what I should have had. Oh, hello, level 40. Congrats on your mount. That's so cool to see. That's the old priest, the old shadow priest. Nothing beats being a rogue, man, in vanilla. Yeah, you don't have Cloak of Shadows. Yeah, you don't have Recuperate or whatever they call it now, Crimson Vial. But it's just every class is it makes sense. I'm gonna go like this. Every class kind of makes sense. And wait, what? That pulls too? Oh boy, here we go. All right, that's only level 6, but still, that's funny. Okay, so these casters aren't as bad as a lot of other low-level mobs. Some low-level mob casters do like insane damage at low level. Casters during this time period did more damage because of like things like spell pushback and being able to be kicked and silenced and stuff like that, and their overall squishiness. And it just kind of makes sense. Like in this time period, things make sense. You can't heal if you're DPS, basically. I mean, there might be some kind of talent where, you know, like there's, you know, bloodthirst or so. Oh, there's Devlin. Unless you're like a hybrid, you don't heal in this game. If you're DPSing, that's like one of my biggest problems with the game currently. Is this guy a caster? I don't think he's a caster. He doesn't have mana, so I'm gonna pull him because I don't want to go too close to those casters down there. Here to visit the family? Die, fool. Actually, I've killed like all your ancestors. Some of you guys are probably saying, Fiveshot, why are you playing in such shitty graphics? Why does the water look shitty? Why is there no like plants in the ground and stuff? It's like, well, this is the vanilla. This is how I played it, and this is how I like it. So you guys can eat a big worm or something. Level 10, got my first talent. So that seems nice. So now all I need to find is Thurman. You know what? I'm gonna make a macro. Target Therm. That's how I used to like get back at people that like ganked me or something. Yeah, that's that old gouge sound. I love that. Cause like the new one, I mean, I like saying new because I think in BC is when they changed it. I don't know why they changed it. Like it doesn't like as little sense as gouge makes to sound like metallic. It makes even less sense for it to sound like or whatever, kind of like, oh, it's ghostly bracers, okay. Well, it's more armor than my current bracers, so why not? So I'm gonna start from back here and like just go to the, whoa, hello. Let's zoom out a bit here. In vanilla, could you zoom out this far? I don't remember being able to zoom out this far. I don't know. See, here's the way I have my graphics. I have everything on 10, and then ground clutter on 0, and shadow quality and liquid detail on 0 and low. So it's like better detail than vanilla, but it's not more things than vanilla had. It still's got that like shiny look to it. I love that shiny look of vanilla graphics. I know there's stuff like that in current WoW, but there's too much ground clutter in current WoW to even see it. Another graphics setting I have, I'm going to show you the difference here. They don't have a setting yet for this, which I hope they add. I've reported it as a bug. This is another one of my big ones, my big little things that I like to focus on that a lot of people agree with me on. It's like that full screen glow effect. As you notice right now, I have it off, and it looks fine, clear, sharp. It looks like vanilla to me. Vanilla's default, I'm pretty sure, was to have it off. Or if it wasn't, then I turned it off because my old Dell Dimension 8200 computer with my GeForce 4 and 56K internet could not handle the full screen glow effect. Either way, vanilla to me was no full screen glow effect. So the macro for it, or console command / console space ffx glow space 0 if you want it off, and then if you want it on, / console ffx glow 1 to turn it on. So let's turn it on and show you. it's a very little difference looking out this way, but if you can see, kind of everything's a little blurrier. And maybe if I like, maybe the glow of my eyes will make a difference. See, like, okay, 'cause there's kind of like this haze around like my undead skin, so I'm gonna turn it off and turn it back on and then off. You can see more detail in the, like, look at the face here. Don't move, Fiveshot. You can see more detail. I mean, it doesn't look bad with this on. It's just everything kind of looks hazy. You know? This is vanilla to me right here. Now let's find that Thurman. Yeah, there's no full screen glow. There's also the death effect one, which I haven't died much yet, so I am gonna turn that off eventually, but I don't think it's included in full screen glow. There was also a separate option for the death effect being turned off. That one really hurt my computer back in the day. Like, if I was at the graveyard, everything was like white, you know, everything's kind of glowing and everything's white. With the death effect, that like made me go down to like 4 FPS. But I had like this big ass CRT, heavy ass CRT monitor that actually displayed at 84 hertz. Does that sound right? I'm not sure. I don't remember CRT monitors. A lot of their technical specifics, but I know it was a really high refresh rate for monitors. I was displaying at like 90 frames per second sometimes, like if I'm, you know, kind of close to like the wall here or whatever. And my computer, I thought it was so smooth back then. I'm like, oh my god, why can't Ironforge be like that? Where is this guy? Darman, where you be at, bro? Back in high school, playing vanilla World of Warcraft. It was, you know, my new favorite game of all time, and still is. I was so into the game. I loved the game so much. Me and Acreon would load up our cars with our computers and stuff, and a couple TV trays or tables or whatever, and we would bring them over Smashcake's house or over Acreon's house. And this one day, I had, it was over Christmas break. I had just gotten my wisdom teeth out because my parents thought it'd be a good idea to not miss any school. There's Devlin. Oh wait, no, that's not the guy I need. My parents thought it would be a good thing to get the surgery over the Christmas break, so that I didn't miss any school. So that was a lovely time for me. But I couldn't eat any solid foods for like a week straight right after, because where they extracted the wisdom teeth, there was an insane amount of swelling. So much to the point where my mouth couldn't close. My teeth did not bite together. The gums contacted first before the teeth back there. So I could not chew anything. I didn't care. I loved the game and playing with my friends so much that I lugged my... It had to have been at least like 30 pounds monitor and maybe even heavier computer itself. You know what? One of these days I'm going to go back to my parents' house and get that old computer and put it on a scale and show you guys. That old Dell Dimension weighed, I would say like 40 pounds. It was heavier than the monitor even. I lugged all of that stuff, put that in the back of my 2005 Cobalt and drove it. I was not feeling well. I was like kind of dizzy and whatever, high from the Vicodin they gave me. And I played there, and I was like 30. I was like level 30 something in Stranglethorn with Fiveshot. I actually, it was my first rogue, Kun Morris, but I remember it so vividly. Acreon and I had to actually run out and go get me some Mylanta because my stomach was not doing well. But I didn't care. We still went right straight back to Smashcake's house and played more vanilla WoW. There's so many memories. Like the time I was at Smashcake's house, it was just me and him. We were doing UBRS until like 7 in the morning. It was the first time I ever got a piece of tier gear, which it was like the dungeon. It was a tier 0, but still it felt cool. It was a set piece. It was a warlock robe that I got there, and it was just pretty sure it dropped off the last boss, Dracasath. Oh, it was so awesome. Immediately after we went outside and Smashcake had a cigarette, and then we saw the sun rising, and it was just crazy. It was like nothing else in the world mattered. We all had like a lot of IRL, things going on, maybe some issues and stuff, but like being able to escape into this world with this like kind of mystical fantasy version of yourself, taking on, demons and skeleton zombies and stuff like that, and also facing other players that are on the other faction. It was just special, and I think Blizzard ruined a lot of that with what they've done with the game over the years, turned it into something that is trying to adapt to the modern gaming scene. And I think because of how the modern gaming scene has evolved around just trying to make the quick buck, a slow fantasy game like World of Warcraft, it suffers with that. It's not that type of game. And when I play WoW, I don't want to just log on for 20 minutes to play a battleground or do some Rift plus 10 menu style increased difficulty level thing. I just want to log into the game and enjoy the world. And hey, there's like this dangerous guy out there that requires all these people to take out. That's what it's about. You need to like brave it with your adventurers. It's not about mechanical difficulty. It's not about logging in for the quick thing and the loot pinatas and stuff. It's about adventure. And here's yet another thing here. Having to actually talk to people and form groups and stuff for places instead of just clicking a menu and you being instantly teleported to the dungeon. It takes you out of the game so quickly. It's crazy how little they have to do to just take you out of the game. It's nuts. Thurman, where is he? I've targeted him. I've got to be getting close. He's not there. Is he over here? He's an undead looking guy. There he is. Hello, Thurman. We finally found you. I might want to just take out a mage while evading him. Evasioning him. Actually, let's do this. Let's go this way and... Alright, this should be good. Right here. Alright. And being able to, do stuff, figure stuff out with friends, too. It's way better than just, seeing on your map, hey, go here. And then, oh, he's here. Oh, my map's covered and stuff. See, I got those 2 quests done. And it didn't take that much longer. And so what if it takes longer? You have to kill stuff on the way. Well, not as a rogue, but... And there's yet another aspect is that, killing stuff shouldn't be as easy as it is in BFA. Especially low level. It's psychological. When stuff... humans are designed to want to work. Do work and do tasks that challenge them and accomplish things. When stuff is too easy... When stuff is too easy... It's not like any of this is, mechanically hard. It's just you gotta, kind of focus. Avoid pulling too much. When things are way too easy, though, and you're just slicing through enemies like butter, you can take on 3 or 4 guys at a time, then it just becomes mindless, boring, and a chore, and you're that's also another thing that takes you out of the adventure. It's just they've added slowly things to just take you out of the adventure. Taking you out of the game, having you less invested in this, less interested. Brewing poisons as a rogue, having a poison skill, and getting vials and Maiden's Anguish and King's Blood or whatever the hell they are, Dust of Deterioration, and brewing these poisons to apply to your weapons. That was something special and cool. Why the hell did they take that out? Shamans, totem quests, going out into the world and having to go on the spiritual journey to acquire the powers that harness the elements and spirits. They put that in the game and then they just take it out. For what reason? Because people were complaining that it's tedious. That's the vocal minority. They listened to the vocal minority and the game became shit. Look at how many people want to play this game. Look at how many people are tuned into classic streams. Look at how many people showed up at the beta stress test. People love this game. Look at how many people play private servers. They love this game. And Sure, the game might not be for everybody, but why should it have to try to be? And that's where Blizzard has fucked up with regular WoW, BFA. Until next time, everybody. See you later.